The air in Port Charles is about to crackle with a dangerous new energy as we head into the final week of September and the first pivotal days of October. The fallout from recent revelations is just beginning, and the consequences will ripple through the lives of nearly every resident. At the heart of the storm are two men on desperate paths, one sinking to depths we never imagined, and the other preparing to shatter a fragile peace with a truth that has been buried for far too long. This is the week where alliances are tested, loyalties are broken, and the very foundation of families is threatened. Get ready for a roller coaster, because our General Hospital early spoilers for September 29th through October 3rd promise that Drew Cain's descent accelerates, and Nathan West drops a bomb that will change everything. Drew Cain's descent. The road to rock bottom has no end in sight. Drew Cain entered the corporate arena with the best of intentions, to provide a stable future for his son, Scout, and to stand as a moral counterweight to the corrupting influence of Cyrus Renaud. But the world of Aurora Media and the poison injected by Cyrus have proven to be a corrosive combination. The confident, heroic Navy SEAL has been replaced by a bitter, paranoid, and increasingly ruthless businessman, and this week, we see him plunge to terrifying new lows. The primary catalyst remains the custody of his son, Leo. His ex-wife, Sam McCall, and her partner, Dante Falconeri, represent everything Drew feels is being stolen from him: a family, a future, a sense of normalcy. In his twisted perception, they are not just opposing him, they are the enemy. And Drew has been trained to neutralize his enemies. Spoilers for the week of September 29th to October 3rd indicate that Drew's strategy shifts from legal maneuvering to outright psychological warfare. He becomes convinced that Dante's history with the WSB, his past PTSD, and the inherent dangers of his PCPD job make him an unfit guardian. But Drew isn't just planning to present this in court. He's going to orchestrate a situation that proves his point. Look for Drew to use his resources at Aurora to dig up every shred of dirt on Dante, potentially even manipulating security footage or eyewitness accounts to frame Dante in a compromising situation. He might even go so far as to plant seeds of doubt in Leo's mind, a move that would cross a line from which there is no return. His conversations with his lawyer become more aggressive, focusing not on his own fitness as a father, but on destroying Dante's character completely. The most alarming development, however, involves Carly. As his closest ally and business partner, Carly has been a voice of cautious reason. But this week, Drew begins to see even her concern as a betrayal. When she confronts him about his increasingly erratic behavior, accusing him of becoming the very thing he swore to fight, Drew turns on her. He throws her past business dealings, her alliances with Sonny, her own moral compromises, back in her face. He will coldly inform her that if she isn't fully with him, she is against him, forcing Carly to make an impossible choice between her friend and her own conscience. This fracture in their united front is exactly what Cyrus Renaud is counting on, and he watches from the shadows with a satisfied smile. Nathan's bombshell. The past catches up to the Quartermaines. While Drew spirals in the present, another time bomb is set to detonate, one tied to a secret from years ago. Nathan West, who has been quietly and diligently working to rebuild his life and his relationship with his wife, Elizabeth, and their family, is about to be confronted by a ghost. And his response will be to drop a truth bomb so massive it will send shockwaves through the Quartermaine mansion and beyond. The source of the bomb? It's the unexpected return of a figure from his past, someone connected to the dark and chaotic years when he was entangled with his manipulative mother, Liesl Albrecht, and the criminal organization known as the DVX. This person, whether an old handler, a former ally, or a vengeful target, holds a secret about Nathan that he has kept buried even from Elizabeth. The spoilers for this explosive week point to a confrontation that Nathan can no longer avoid. This mysterious individual doesn't come seeking revenge, but rather with a demand. They need something, a favor, access to Quartermaine resources or silence, and they are prepared to use Nathan's secret as leverage. Understanding that the only way to defuse this threat permanently is to bring it into the light, Nathan makes a bold and terrifying decision. He will reveal the truth himself. So, What is the bomb? While the exact nature of the secret is being closely guarded, the fallout is clear. It involves a past action that is legally and morally questionable, something that could not only destroy his reputation but potentially lead to criminal charges. It directly implicates the Quartermaine name, threatening the empire that Tracy and Ned have worked so hard to stabilize. Most heartbreakingly, it is a part of his history that he deliberately kept from Elizabeth, fearing it would change how she sees him. The scene in the Quartermaine living room, with Tracy, Ned, Brooklyn, and a horrified Elizabeth looking on, will be one of the most powerful of the week. Nathan's confession is not one of apology, but of necessity. He is choosing to trust his family with the truth to protect them from a greater evil. The immediate aftermath will see the family reeling. Tracy will see a liability. Ned will see a crisis to be managed. But all eyes will be on Elizabeth, whose faith in her husband will be shaken to its core. Can she love the man she knows now, when confronted with the sins of the man he once was? A Port Charles in turmoil. The ripple effects. The twin earthquakes of Drew's downfall and Nathan's revelation will send tremors throughout the city, impacting other key storylines. Carly and Jax's uneasy alliance. With her partnership with Drew crumbling, Carly will find herself turning to the one person who understands the cutthroat world of business and media, her ex-husband, Jax. While their history is complicated, Jax has always operated with a code. He will be horrified by Drew's tactics and will urge Carly to sever ties before Drew drags her and Aurora down with him. This creates a fascinating dynamic, as Carly is forced to choose between her loyalty to Drew and the pragmatic, if painful, advice of Jax. Sam and Dante. A fortress under siege. Sam and Dante will feel the full force of Drew's campaign. As Drew's attacks become more personal and less about the law, Dante's temper will be tested. Sam, ever the protector, will shift into full mama bear mode, but she also fears what a prolonged war will do to Leo. This crisis will either solidify their relationship into an unbreakable fortress or expose hidden fissures under the pressure. Meanwhile, Danny and Scout are caught in the crossfire, adding another layer of emotional turmoil. The Cyrus factor. Cyrus Renaud is not a passive observer. He is a master manipulator, and he will seize upon the chaos. He will see Nathan's vulnerability as a potential opening to gain leverage over the Quartermaines. He will also subtly encourage Drew's worst impulses, perhaps feeding him misinformation or resources to keep him on his destructive path. Cyrus's goal is to create so much chaos that the citizens of Port Charles will be begging for a savior, and he intends to position himself as exactly that. Elizabeth's crisis of faith. Elizabeth's entire world is built on trust. She survived Franco's death by building a new life with a man she believed was honest and transparent. Nathan's bombshell will shatter that perception. We will see her grapple with betrayal, fear, and a profound sense of confusion. Does she stand by the man she loves, or does she protect her boys from the potential scandal and danger his secret brings? Her journey this week is one of heartbreaking introspection. Conclusion: a week of reckoning. The week of September 29th to October 3rd on General Hospital is not just about advancing plots, it's about the fundamental breaking and remaking of characters. Drew Kane's journey into darkness is a tragic echo of the heroes he once fought alongside, a cautionary tale about how the battle against monsters can sometimes create new ones. His actions will force everyone in his orbit to pick a side, blurring the lines between friend and foe in Port Charles. Simultaneously, Nathan West's decision to detonate his own life in a controlled explosion is an act of desperate courage. It's a gamble that the love and trust he has built with his family is stronger than the secrets of his past. The fallout will test the resilience of the Quartermaine clan and redefine his marriage. These two stories, one of a man losing his soul and another of a man fighting to reclaim his, represent the core of what makes General Hospital compelling. It's a world where the past is never truly dead, where the choices made in boardrooms and living rooms have life-altering consequences, and where the quest for power and the need for redemption are locked in an eternal struggle. Buckle up, Port Charles fans. This is a week you won't want to miss.